Turning, looking,
It's game 2 of a doubleheader against the Texas Rangers, and the Yankees hope to carry the momentum from Gleyber Torres' walk-off home run in game 1. My recap, your reactions, next. This is Yankees Game Night. You guys are upset after a walk-off win. Let the fury begin. Tough one for the Yankees today. Not much offense to speak of. This is not going to be a difficult game to recap. I'm sure I'll find a way to screw it up, but that was tough. That was tough. Fritz Walter says lineup construction is a nightmare. Hey, look, we've been winning. It was a tough game. You can't win them all. Doubleheaders are incredibly difficult to sweep. And once again, for the second time today, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. If you missed game 1, you missed a great game. Walk-off home run from Gleyber Torres. Seems like it was about a week ago already somehow. I'll tell you what, Gleyber is quickly developing a reputation as a clutch player. Second walk-off of the year. But game 2, not as good. But first I want to address the comments from Rangers manager Chris Woodward. He called Gleyber's home run a Little League home run. He said it would have been an easy out in 99% of ballparks. However, according to StatCast, it would have been a home run in 26 out of 30 Major League ballparks. Sounds to me like he's just, a little salty. Estevan Florial in the lineup for game 2. Good to see him back. He hit the ball hard a couple of times today. Looks noticeably thicker to me. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just seeing things, but he's got that thick with 2 C's vibe going on right now. Probably found some nice restaurants in Scranton. Jordan Montgomery was on the mound for game 2. He was great once again. Both offenses were quiet early, but Monty was unfazed. The Yankees almost never score for him. Giancarlo Stanton, though, changes that. After just missing a couple of pitches in the first game, he got a hold of a cutter that was kind of hanging out over the plate and absolutely demolished a 2-run shot.
That ball is high.
It is far.
It is
gone. 2-run shot. Longest home run by Yankees this season. 6th home run a year for Giancarlo Stanton. Definitely would have been out of most Little League ballparks. He had great swings all day, and Michael K. asked the question on air, is this the beginning of nuclear Stanton? He also hit a line drive right at the first baseman. I think it might be the beginning of something good for him. So, I'm a glasses half full kind of guy. I think you guys know that. I'm trying to take some positives out of what was a tough day. Following a loss and then a few days off, you're looking for positives in a split doubleheader. You would have liked to sweep, but hey, didn't get it done. Top 6, the Rangers get on the board with a solo home run into the first row. Home run in 2 out of the 30 Major League ballparks. Chris Woodward apparently okay with that when his team does it. I didn't have a problem with Woodward until today. And by the way, I love how much Cameron Maybin was giving him the business throughout the entire broadcast. More of that, please.
More of that, please.
Love the personality from Cameron Maybin. Monty served up a double to lead off the 7th, and then he got the hook. Yankees went to their Terminator, Michael King, but he didn't have it today. Rangers tie it on a wild pitch and then take the lead on a 2-run home run. I think maybe the inning would have gone a little bit differently had King started the inning. Like, if you're going to have that short a leash on Jordan Montgomery, why not just start the inning with King? Montgomery, I think he only threw about 75 pitches. Let me pull up how many pitches he threw, because it wasn't a lot. he threw 71 pitches, 54 of which were strikes. So I don't blame Boone for sending him back out. But quick hook. And I just thought it was noteworthy. Anyway, final line from Jordan Montgomery, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks. Nice job by Jordan Montgomery. Bottom 7, the Yankees put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Aaron Hicks, who's been struggling with runners on base. He drew a walk. It was his 3rd walk of the day, so he was very selective at the plate. He's at least getting that back. That's what he's doing when he's really swinging the bat well. Still not driving the ball like we're used to from a few years ago. And not a great approach with men on usually, and definitely not great with 2 strikes, but I'm not going to complain about 3 walks and 2 stolen bases in game 2. I mean, he did more than the rest of the offense did. Aaron Judge came up with the bases loaded, but he popped out, and then bottom of the 9th, the Yankees threatened, but do not score. Ball game over. Rangers win. Alec Kessler says, I think Monty gets out of the 7th if Boone leaves him in, and I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
He was cruising. I mean, and even the double that he gave up, it wasn't really scorched. I mean, it was down the line, but it was kind of a chopper, and there was nobody there. You know, I think usually that ball gets picked. But the third baseman was kind of shifted over. So, I mean, that's just a little bit of bad luck. Mike King surprised me. I mean, you have to expect a bad day once in a while, right? But it was a rough one. Let's go to the box score real quick. There's not much to speak of. Tough one. You can see the Yankees only got 3 hits today. Aaron Hicks, 0 for 1, 3 walks. He's hitting .250. Judge, 0 for 4, 5 left on base for Aaron Judge. Rizzo has cooled off some. Rizzo hitting .237 now. Stanton, 1 for 4 with that big 2-run home run, 461 feet. That one got small in a hurry. Donaldson, 1 for 4. You know, he's kind of been like a vitamin, 1 hit per day usually. Made a couple of nice plays over there at third base. Glaber, 0 for 3 after the big walk-off. Almost hit a home run. He did have a walk, so not a total terrible day. He hit one right to the warning track, which in a lot of ballparks, ironically, is probably a home run. Estevan Florial was 0 for 2. He hit one hard at the first baseman, and then he drilled one the opposite field. And that's something I've seen a lot from Florial. He hits the ball hard the other way. He hit it to the warning track, though, and it got caught for an out. Gallo pinch hit and popped out. Gonzalez pinch hit and struck out. And then Trevino was 1 for 3 with a strikeout. LeMahieu pinch hit to end the game. So, tough day for the Yankees. They fall 4-2. Let's take a look at the pitching box score. As you saw, Jordan Montgomery, 6 good innings. Mike King takes the loss. First blown save of the year, 1.42 ERA. And then Wandy Peralta had a pretty good day out of the bullpen, 1 2/3 scoreless innings. So, I mean, really it was that one inning. UT says the Stanton dinger was epic, though. That was, that was a monster shot from Giancarlo. And Donald says, wow, that 7th inning for the Yankees, bases loaded and couldn't even score. I mean, that happens. That's baseball, Susan. You know, you have a hot streak for 11 games where it seemed like everything was going right. And then you went on a walk-off today in game 1. You just kind of expect that momentum to carry over. But then when you kind of fall flat on your face and only get 3 hits, it's kind of disappointing. But like we said, there were some positives. Jordan Montgomery, terrific. His ERA for the season is 2.90, again with no walks. So the command has really been there for Jordan Montgomery. And then we got Wandy Peralta pitching well. And then, of course, Giancarlo hitting the home run and Aaron Hicks having some, I guess, patient at-bats. Not So Family Fun Vision with a great quote from Aaron Boone on the quote from Chris Woodward says his math's wrong. There's 30 parks. 29 out of 30 parks would be 96.7%. That's interesting. That's interesting. Keaton Nolan says, not great, but could have been worse. This is baseball. Stuff happens. And I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Tough one. We have a porn bot in the chat. It happens. And Donald says, King had a tough night. Hey, look, that's the breaks. That's how it goes sometimes. The Yankees play a day game tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is a little bit better. It looked like it was cold. It looked, towards the end of the game, Gleyber Torres was wearing that ski mask thing, which you haven't seen for a while. It is May 8th, guys, and still freezing cold. I had to put on the fire today in North Carolina. Nick Cannon says, I die a little inside. Whoops. When I see Gallo trying to lift the ball. Hey, that's his game. His game is uppercut and try and hit the ball in the air as far as he can. That's just how it goes. Jeremy Schatzer says, we're now 1-2 in our last 3. Hey, that's the breaks.
That is one big pile of shit.
It happens. WFT Herd says, how long will Gallo and Hicks play with this team? Guys, we're not getting rid of anybody anytime soon. I hope you realize that we came into this game with the best record in baseball. I mean, you don't just trade somebody when the team is killing it. You hope that they come around. It causes a disruption to team chemistry when you move somebody.
It doesn't work that way.
Raleigh says, sad they can't give Andujar a legit shot out here. Bring up Florial and play, and yet when Andujar got called up, he barely saw the field. Appreciate that. Wampbag Doodle says, it's how you respond, so respond tomorrow. Absolutely. You got to come out tomorrow with a chance to win the series and with that win the series mentality. You can't allow yourself to slip into a cold streak. You're facing John Gray, who was a big free agent acquisition. I think he's their best pitcher, to be honest. So the Yankees are going to have their work cut out for them. Luis Severino on the mound tomorrow. Eric C. says, we're still second best in baseball, just one game behind the Dodgers. And again, it's early. It is early. And the porn bot's really working in extra strength mode today. I'm going to go ahead and make the content for subscribers only for a little bit longer period of time, just to make this a little bit more difficult. We're going to make subscribers for 20 minutes or better, so that way we don't get any more. Oh no, we do have Nasty Nestor. Is it Nestor tomorrow, or is it Severino? Nestor. You're right. Why isn't Severino pitching tomorrow? Did they say that? I must have missed it in the broadcast. Today would have been his spot. So, anyway, Nasty Nestor. Easy for me to say. Nick Cannon with a good question. Why didn't Sevy pitch today? I'm confused. I didn't hear about that. Like, I thought, maybe they're skipping him this turn. I don't know. Maybe they just think it's a better matchup on Tuesday. It's just interesting. Nestor tomorrow. Nestor. Sorry, I got it wrong. I'm human. I was going off just, the rotation thus far. I mean, they've taken 5 starts in a row where it's been Cole and then Severino. They baby Severino, says Hirsch for real. It appears that way. And then Alex says, Boone wants Sevy for the Blue Jays. Makes sense. Give him a little bit of extra rest and send him out there against a tougher lineup. Gary Wanamaker says, hope no more doubleheaders. 75% are split. Yeah, it's really incredibly difficult to sweep a doubleheader. So that's a good point by Gary. Jeremy says, worried about tomorrow. Nestor had a bad last outing and the offense is just terrible right now. Look, I think today was a product of the weather. It was windy. It was cold. Neither side was really knocking the cover off the ball. But, Nestor did have a tough outing last time. He was struggling with his command, his release point So you just got to hope that he can put it together and have a decent day. All right, guys, we're going to call it an early night tonight. It's 2 recaps in one day. My eyes are starting to sting a little bit. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Sunday, and I will catch you after tomorrow's game. No pregame on day game. So the next pregame will be on Tuesday. You'll get a pregame with a preview of the Blue Jays, and then you'll get the postgame recap. So everybody have a wonderful night. Happy Mother's Day. And the Yankees, unfortunately, lose this one. I'll see you next time.